Hi, so I got a viewer request to like keep going and talking about Zayn Malik, but this time him and Gigi Hadid and what their the energies are and stuff. Sorry, every time I start talking, my dog wants to like get on my lap. But okay, so let's tune in. I mean, Gigi's energy is like the first to come up. Um, I feel like there's this part of her that has this like good energy towards him, and then there's also this like a large amount of confusion that surrounds like 65% of the relationship that feels like it always kind of comes back to the same point, like an inflexibility type of thing. Um, it's like she wants it to work out, but she doesn't see how it could work out, like something like that. Maybe we'll figure something out during this reading for that. And I feel like it's like they have two different ways of communicating. I feel, and so it doesn't always like line up, or they're both trying to communicate their best, but like their best is confusing for the other person because it's like not how the other person thinks or communicates. It's not like their style or something like that. So I feel like Gigi like plays by the rules, and the rules are kind of set with her family and stuff like that. And it's like there's that level of her, and then and once that's established, then enjoy her. Like there's a more free kind of feeling after that. But there's like this she's really like locked into the temperament of her family. Um, the strings that Yolanda or her parents like pull are like piano strings, like strong and tight, kind of thing. So it's like good luck getting around that. But I mean, I kind of see like the only recourse is for her just to accept who her parents are and their choices, and to not like do what they say, and that's for her to live her life. Because like when her parents like gave birth to her and stuff, like they weren't holding the newborn and saying like, I can't wait to control this baby's life. Like I can't wait to coerce this baby into like losing, like, I don't know if he's like the love of her life, but definitely like a very important relationship, love-based relationship, um, that she values and doesn't want excess chaos thrown into the mix, so that it can just be. Because like if people just let them alone, there wouldn't be any problem. And like, let's say for example there was like no money at stake. Like let's say like Gigi just like worked at whatever some like retail store, like she works at the Gap or something like that. So there's no like financial motivation for the mom to say like, you should do this, you should do that, like as if it's gonna make or break her career or something like that. So with that element of money and power and prestige that like then Yolanda can like get the fumes off of, like and maybe the dad to some extent too. Um, why do I feel like are the are the parents divorced? Or, I feel like he dates like younger women or something. So like he's definitely like living off the fumes of that, like big time. I get this like choking feeling when I talk about that. Like he's really let's just say I'm like not super into him. Okay. And yeah, just like I feel like his role feels like signing the checks and having, throwing some tidbits of advice in here and there, but like he really has some serious private life going on with like the party set or something like that. Anyway, um, okay. Um, so you know how like you like let's say Gigi's like a really nice person and she sees the best like rose colored glasses, right? About her parents or different stuff and her version of like her dad or her version of her mom is like she's distorting it positively to make her like day-to-day living like tolerable. I'm sure there's like a psychological like term for that that I just not can't think of right now. um Denial, like I guess like, yeah. um so I really feel like she's capable of living independently and really enjoying that, and that it would simplify her life so much, and that she would enjoy it so much more because I feel like at heart she's a very peaceful person, and that's what she has in common with Zayn. He likes like peace in his life, like he likes a stable home, like they're what are they, what's it called? Oh, my brain. Uh, like principles, like whatever, like the things that matter to them, um, line up, and that's why they're a good couple. And you know, hypothetically, like they'd be a great couple for the next 12 years, and then like at that point they can check in and like whether they're on different paths at that time or they still want to like keep on trucking, like because people grow and everybody has like a different life purpose, and if their life purposes still align after 12 years, then like awesome. But like, nobody should get mad if they want to like do something else or whatever, because like by that time their child would be like more independent. So there's like a hypothetical they could stay together if Gigi can just sort of really elegantly, like, I'm getting this image of like a ballerina kind of like elegantly just sort of choosing to go in this direction, you know? and and if people are gonna like yell from the whatever audience, so my vocabulary's gone out the window, um from the gallery, then like tough luck, like that's how they want to like spend their life, you know what I mean? But she's an adult, she's a mother, she cares about Zayn, she cares about her child, like without the exterior pressure there's really no problem between Gigi and Zayn. So it's like even if she temporarily sort of takes her mom's side, I think she's gonna sort of see, you know, her kind of dragon, the mom's like kind of dragon side that she's not gonna be like into, and she'll realize like, oh, this is actually against my principles, or like, so I'm not gonna do what my mom says, or she can't. Why would she control me when I'm like an adult? So, in a way, by by Yolanda like sort of shoving them into financial independence early, she's also put them into independence early, and now they can afford to be like bye, and I think like in this case that I feel like the possibility for her to do that and just be like okay with the fact that Yolanda's not okay with it, because like when will she be okay with like anything, kind of like, I feel like um and I think as far as Zayn goes, like he kind of sees, Yolanda's kind of demonstrated herself to be like a broken record. So it's like, and he's just sort of waiting on, I feel like he's just like waiting on Gigi's sort of decision to solidify. Because like I feel like when they spend time together, it's nice, but like when the subject comes up, they both get confused because like neither of them has like the vocabulary or the like vision to like see their way out of this trench that was built for them. So he'll just be glad when like, if Gigi says to him, for example, like, I'm just gonna stay with you and the baby, and like we're gonna raise the baby now, and if people are mad, they're mad, whatever. And then he can be comfortable with that, and then hopefully, I still feel like he might be a bit like sensitive around it, like some resentment, but I think if, like I said in the last reading I did earlier today, if he can just focus on love, and that love is like if you think of love like this mighty sword that glows, it's like the most powerful kind of, in a, like, not weapon, I guess, like it, holding that unconditional love and just going like, I love my child and I love being in love, and that's stronger than people's like chit chatter criticism. So I think if you can take that, if you can hold that thought and like let the little details just like fall, he'll become accustomed to that sort of peace of mind as like a daily like ritual kind of pattern of thought, if that makes any sense. I feel like Gigi too like could become like a bit more selective with her work. I don't know if she's like sponsored by like some big company, but like let's say she was just doing like two big projects like that, like being the face of one major thing, and then like one more minor thing or something like that, and then just really going like, right now I'm being a mom and that matters to me, and like it's not something I can like do when the child is like in 10 years, like it's see that time that if you see it as a blessing in disguise, like, oh, I need to take care of my child, like maybe she would enjoy more still modeling, still doing a great job, but like maybe not saturating the industry as much, for the sake of like enjoying her life and having like a work-life balance, and also getting the most out of the joys of parenting, and enjoying her time with Zayn, because like my impression is like they really do have a nice time when they have a nice time, and that's to be like cherished, because not everybody has like kind of like love of their life kind of vibe, like someone they're deeply attracted to, and like like who's there's a reciprocal, thing going on. Um, yeah, and just to be comfortable with like sizing their career as they wish, and like if Yolanda wants to bark, like take like take advantage now while you're young, like that's that kind of fear mindset that isn't like a good way to live, like and also like modeling today is so inclusive in terms of age or whatever, like you know I'm certain she could work when she's like 94, like if she want, what I mean. It's like, don't stress about that, but like your child will only be like 0 to 5 or 0 to 10 right now, kind of thing. And I think if they get back together, they could have like one or possibly like two kids, or possibly three if Zayn can like be more zen uh, about like just interpersonal stuff, um, and just have like more of a sense of humor. If you can have more of a sense of humor about life, I feel, and that it's like it's like a comedy of errors, or like it's like uh, he's like God's in charge, and like there's always going to be some surprises or some challenges or tests, or like, and just to be like, the sum total is love and it's a great experience, but there's some little calculations in the mix that are like, what, like maybe some formulas that you like have never seen, or like throw the numbers off or whatever. It's just like go deep with that metaphor. All right, let me yeah, and I just feel like, before I started the reading, I was picking up that like if Gigi were to take like 2 months off, just communicating with her mom and just enjoying some time with Zayn and her child, like for sure her mom would have like an exorcist moment, of just like, but like she needs to kind of, I think Yolanda needs to look in the mirror in that regard, and like have her personal freak out to go like, wow, like why am I so controlling? Why does this matter so much to me when everything is actually fine? You know what I mean? So it's you just it's awkward because like in a family sometimes it's hard to disengage, but in this case there's a certain amount of purging or like fasting that Gigi needs to do from her mom to like get things like to balance. Because if people keep saying like yes to Yolanda and she's misbehaving, then she'll just feel like she can continue uh, running their lives when we're talking about adults here. Like I think the time of her like guiding her children is like coming to a close, and like I was saying in the Zayn and Yolanda reading that I did first, I see Yolanda being happier doing some things that having to do with like horses and like charities and like stuff like that are like also her passion. But at some point, like if you're just gonna keep treating your kids like babies, you're doing them a disservice. And if you're like on purpose meddling with a relationship that's doing just fine, like that's just like willful destruction of like that's like she's like sabotage. She becomes like like a spy, like a secret agent in the family, then it's like, why are you sabotaging us? You know, like, that's not loving. So I guess, like, you know, what I'm picking up is that the Gigi and Zayn have a nice relationship, and it's like, sure, they're both young and like can awkwardly have difficult conversations, but they both are awkward in that regard. But like, that doesn't mean they should, you know, give up, and and that they need to detox from Yolanda and let her have her exorcist moment of freaking out and, you know, lifting 6 feet off the ground and vomiting in a 360 or whatever, because she can't handle not controlling that. I think she needs to do that, you know, to do that in private. Um, hopefully Gigi can take like 2 months off, just being with Zayn and her child, and with the understanding, with the spoken understanding that she's going to take 2 months off respectfully to, you know, spend time with her own family now, her child and her partner. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that reading, and if anybody has a suggestion for reading that's not about Zayn, because I've done 3 now for you guys. I mean, it's an interesting person and stuff, but you know, I kind of feel like I've looked at his situation from all angles now. All right, take care, guys. Talk to you later.